There is a specific frequency in the air right now, a vibration that only a select few can perceive. If you are listening to this, it is because your spirit has already detected a seismic shift before it has even manifested in the physical world. You have woken up recently with a feeling that the atmosphere around you is changing, a signal that the heavens are beginning to move in your favor in a way they haven't in years. This is not an accident. It is not a coincidence. It is a divinely orchestrated appointment. Without any grand announcement, without a parade or public fanfare, you can sense that something sacred has been set in motion. The very ground that seemed barren for so long, the soil that refused to yield a harvest despite your sweat and tears, is now starting to nurture life. Doors that were sealed shut, locked by circumstances beyond your control, are beginning to swing open as if they were waiting for your arrival. Opportunities that once bypassed you are now actively seeking you out. You are entering the quiet season of elevation. This is a time when divine provision unfolds discreetly in the lives of those who have been chosen for a greater purpose. God has witnessed every tear you have sown in secret. He has seen the nights you stayed up worrying about the future, the efforts that went unrewarded, and the kindness you showed to attention. You need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you, and strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment. Others that was never returned. Now, he is silently reversing the forces that once held you back. But listen closely, because what I am about to tell you could determine whether this blessing stays or whether it slips through your fingers. The arrival of this blessing is not what most expect. It does not begin with a loud celebration. It begins with a quiet instruction and a call to absolute stillness. True blessings do not crash into your life like a thunderstorm that destroys everything in its path. They emerge with the gentle, steady, and undeniable power of a sunrise. The sun does not need to announce its arrival with a trumpet. It simply rises, and its presence changes everything. And so must you. As we approach February 1st, you are crossing a threshold. This moment is about receiving more than just financial increase. It is about being entrusted with a mantle of responsibility. God is not just giving you wealth. He is giving you weight, and that weight is tied to your specific calling. The first and most critical test you will face in this new season is whether you can handle this increase without needing to broadcast it to the world. Can you walk in abundance without seeking external validation? This is the question that will define the next 10 years of your life. Before we go any deeper into how to protect this blessing, I need you to understand the spiritual dynamics at play here. If you believe that your time has finally come, if you can feel that shift in your spirit, I want you to click the like button right now. It's not just for the algorithm. It is a digital act of agreement, a way of saying, I am ready to receive. And if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because the instructions we are going to discuss in the coming weeks will be vital for navigating this new terrain. Let's talk about the danger of the announcement. We live in a culture that is obsessed with sharing. We are conditioned to believe that if we don't post it, it didn't happen. If we don't show the world our wins, we aren't successful. But this cultural conditioning is the exact opposite of spiritual wisdom. Not everyone in your circle is prepared to witness your ascent. You have people around you right now who love you, but they love you in the context of your struggle. They were comfortable with your hardship because it made you relatable. It made them feel better about their own stagnation. But the moment you start to rise, the moment the blessing actually touches your hands, the dynamic changes. Your growth illuminates their lack of movement. Your light casts a shadow on their inertia. This is why you are being instructed to move quietly. Silence is not about hiding. Silence is a profound military strategy. In the spiritual realm, silence acts as a shield. It protects the fragile seed of your blessing as it begins to sprout. Think about a seed planted in the earth. It does its most important work in the dark, underground, where no one can see it. If you dig it up every day to show people that it's growing, you kill it. You disrupt the root system. You must guard your blessing, water it, and allow it to develop strong roots before it is exposed to the inevitable storms of jealousy, misunderstanding, and the evil eye. In this hidden place, your character is being forged to match the magnitude of your assignment. Your heart, your habits, and your hearing are being refined so you can carry a weight that others would have dropped. The arrival of your blessing is not the finish line, it is the battlefield. The manifestation of wealth is not your ultimate reward, it is your proving ground. It is where heaven observes not how high you can climb, but how deeply you can stay rooted in humility. When your hands are finally full, will your heart remain low? Will you whisper a prayer of gratitude in your private room, or will you shout for the world to look at you? Pride does not wait for wealth to appear. Pride emerges the moment we forget the source of that wealth. There is a saying that money corrupts, but that is not entirely true. Money does not corrupt, it reveals. It is a magnifier. It will not change who you are. It will amplify what is already hidden in the crevices of your heart. If there is hidden greed, money will expand it. If there is hidden insecurity, money will make you flashy and arrogant. But if there is a heart full of gratitude and a spirit of stewardship, money will multiply everything you touch and bless everyone around you. If your breakthrough has been delayed, if you have felt like you were stuck in a holding pattern for years, I want you to know that it is not because you have been forgotten. It is because you were being protected. You were being protected from a premature promotion that could have destroyed you. Divine delay is an act of preservation. God loved you too much to give you a blessing that your character could not yet sustain. But now, that delay is ending. The dam is breaking. And when the abundance begins to flow, the instruction is not to announce it, but to anchor it. Your silence becomes the soil in which your blessing can grow deep roots, making it unshakable against any storm. Before I reveal the specific types of people you must avoid during this transition, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever shared good news with someone, and instead of feeling happy, you felt drained? You felt a sudden drop in energy, a heaviness in the room. That is your discernment warning you. That is your spirit picking up on a conflict in the spiritual realm. Science tells us that everything is energy. When you project the energy of your success towards someone who is vibrating on the frequency of envy or lack, there is a collision. That collision can derail your momentum. In this quiet season, your discernment must become your primary shield. Not every open door is a divine one. Not every opportunity is from God. The enemy knows he cannot stop the blessing from coming. It has already been dispatched. So his new tactic is to distract you from managing it. He will send counterfeit connections. These are people who praise you publicly but compete with you privately. They desire access to your table, but they have no interest in accountability to your calling. They want to eat the fruit of your success, but they were nowhere to be found when you were planting the seeds in the mud. You must be vigilant. You must be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Your fruit will speak for itself. You do not need to be the narrator of your own greatness. Let your results be your testimony. Let others perform for the crowd while you remain in your position of power. This isn't just about making money. This is about building a legacy. Your quiet obedience today is laying the foundation for generations to come. This is inheritance. It begins with the choice to prioritize spiritual clarity over cultural clout. Consider the story of Joseph. Before he ascended to the throne of Egypt, he went through the pit and the prison. But even when he had the dream of greatness, his mistake was sharing it too early with brothers who did not have the capacity to understand it. Their jealousy threw him into a pit. You may have people in your life right now who are like brothers or sisters to you, but they do not have the capacity to carry your vision. If you tell them what God is about to do, they will unintentionally or intentionally try to sabotage it. Not because they are evil, but because they are human, and your elevation triggers their insecurity. Keep your dreams in the vault. Discuss them only with those who have the spiritual maturity to cover you in prayer, not just cover you in compliments. There is a neuroscience to this as well. When you announce your goals or your wins prematurely, your brain releases dopamine. You get the chemical reward of the achievement before you have actually done the hard work of sustaining it. This tricks your brain into feeling like the job is done, and your motivation drops. But when you keep it secret, when you hold that energy inside, it builds pressure. It becomes a driving force. It propels you forward. Silence preserves your kinetic energy. It keeps you hungry. It keeps you focused on the execution rather than the applause. As we move into February, you will see 3 specific signs that this transfer of wealth is happening. First, you will experience a sudden disconnect from certain people. You will feel an urge to withdraw, to spend more time alone. Do not fight this. This is the cocoon phase. Second, you will find that chaos breaks out around you, but you feel an unnatural peace in the center of it. The world might be panicking, but you will feel grounded. That is the peace that surpasses all understanding, guarding your heart. Third, you will receive ideas, strategies for business, investments, or creative projects that seem to download instantly into your mind. These are not just random thoughts. These are divine blueprints. Write them down, act on them, but do not broadcast them. The next revelation is crucial, and it might be difficult for some of you to hear. The people most likely to touch your blessing and taint it are not your enemies. They are your dependents. The people who have grown used to you being their savior. When you get rich, the first instinct is to save everyone, to pay off everyone's debts, to buy everyone a house, to fix everyone's problems. But you must understand that you cannot interfere with the karma or the lessons that others need to learn. If you rescue someone from a financial crisis that was caused by their own poor habits, without them changing their mindset, you are not helping them. You are enabling them, and you are draining the resources that were given to you for a higher purpose. You must learn the difference between helping and enabling. You must learn to give with wisdom, not just out of guilt. God gave the blessing to you because He trusts your stewardship. Do not abdicate that responsibility by handing it over to people who have not been prepared for it. There is a heavy spiritual reality regarding the evil eye. In many cultures, this is understood as the power of envious observation. When people look at your life with jealousy, they project negative intentions. While no weapon formed against you shall prosper, why hand the enemy the weapon? Why give them the coordinates to your location? Live your life in a way that is understated. You don't need to wear your wealth. You don't need to drive your wealth. You need to be wealthy. True wealth is quiet. It's the money you have in the bank that gives you the freedom to say no. It's the ability to sleep at night without worry. It isn't the logo on your chest, it's the peace in your spirit. I want you to imagine a scenario. Imagine it is 6 months from now. The shift has happened. The bank account looks different. The debt is gone. You are walking down the street in your town. You look the same. You are wearing the same comfortable clothes. You treat people with the same kindness, but inside, you know that everything has changed. You walk with a different authority. You don't need to prove anything to the clerk at the store or your old high school friends on Facebook. You possess a secret power. This is the state of being God wants to bring you into, a state of total sovereignty over your life, where you are no longer dancing to the tune of other people's expectations. But to get there, you must pass the test of February. You must navigate this month with a zipped lip and open eyes. You will be tempted. You will have a moment where something amazing happens. Maybe a large sum of money clears or a contract is signed, and your thumb will hover over the post button. You will want to pick up the phone and call that friend who always doubted you, just to say, "Look at me now." Stop. Put the phone down. Breathe. That urge is your ego trying to sabotage your spirit. That urge is the old you, the wounded you seeking validation. The new you, the chosen one, does not need validation. The new you knows that God's approval is the only currency that matters. Let's go deeper into the concept of the table. Scripture says, "He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies." Note that it does not say he invites the enemies to sit and eat. The enemies are present. They are watching, but they are not partaking. You are not obligated to feed those who tried to starve you. You are not obligated to share your harvest with those who salted your fields. This sounds harsh, but it is holy. It is about boundaries. Your blessing is for you and for the assignment attached to your life. It is for the widows, the orphans, the kingdom, and your lineage. It is not for the spectators. When you understand this, you stop feeling guilty for your success. You realize that your abundance is necessary for your mission. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot help the poor if you are one of them. You must receive this wealth so you can be a conduit of change. Now, I want to give you a practical challenge for the next 30 days. I call it the silence fast. For the next month, commit to not sharing any major wins, any financial numbers, or any big future plans with anyone outside of your absolute inner sanctum, your spouse or a spiritual mentor. No social media posts about big things coming, no vague booking, no bragging at the dinner table. Just do the work. Observe how much energy you save. Observe how much more focused you become. You will feel a pressure building up inside you. Transmute that pressure into productivity. Let that energy fuel your workout, your prayer life, your business strategy. If you can do this, if you can hold the line, you will see a compounding effect. The universe rewards those who can keep a secret. You will find that because you aren't leaking your energy, you are attracting more. You become a magnet. People will be drawn to you and they won't even know why. They will sense a mystery about you, a gravity. That is the anointing. That is the weight we talked about earlier. The danger of letting people touch your blessing is also literal. Be careful who you let into your home during this season. Your home is your sanctuary. It is where you recharge. If you invite people in who bring chaos, drama, or envy, they leave a residue. They disturb the peace that you need to hear God's voice. Protect your physical space as fiercely as you protect your mental space. If you feel a check in your spirit about inviting someone over, listen to it. Make an excuse. Meet them at a coffee shop. Keep your sanctuary pure. We are living in times where the separation between the wheat and the tares is becoming very clear. There are those who are choosing fear, and there are those who are choosing faith. By clicking on this video, you have identified yourself as someone choosing faith. You are a chosen one. But remember, many are called, but few are chosen. Why are few chosen? Because few are willing to pay the price of the calling. And often the price is loneliness. The price is being misunderstood. The price is silence. Are you willing to pay that price to walk in the fullness of what God has for you? I want to address the fear that some of you might be feeling. The fear that, what if I lose it? What if this is a mistake? What if I'm not worthy? These are lies from the pit. You are worthy not because of what you have done, but because of who created you. You are a child of the Most High. Abundance is your birthright. Poverty is a malfunction. Lack is a lie. You are simply returning to your factory settings. Do not let imposter syndrome steal your joy. When the money comes, look at it and say, "Thank you, God. Show me where this needs to go." Treat it like a tool, not a master. As we near the end of this transmission, I need you to anchor this truth in your spirit. The month of February is a portal. It is a bridge between your history and your destiny. You are crossing over. Do not look back at the burning bridges. Let the light of the fire light your way forward. Do not mourn the relationships that couldn't survive your growth. Bless them and release them. You have a mountain to climb, and you cannot climb it carrying dead weight. This is your time. The atmosphere has shifted. The angels have been dispatched. The resources are being unlocked. The only variable left is you. Will you be the wise steward? Will you be the silent warrior? Will you protect the blessing with your life? I want you to declare this over your life right now. You can say it out loud or whisper it in your heart. I am ready to receive. I am a fortress of silence. My blessings are safe with me. I will not cast my pearls before swine. I walk in divine favor, and I allow my results to speak for me. Feel the power of those words. They are not just sentences, they are agreements with heaven. The next time you feel the urge to tell someone about the check that just arrived or the opportunity that just opened up, remember this conversation. Remember that the seed needs darkness to grow. Remember that the enemy is listening for a signal to attack. Give him nothing, give him silence, and in that silence, watch God do what only he can do. You are being prepared for a level of influence you cannot yet imagine, but it starts with the small things. It starts with the discipline of the tongue. It starts with the humility of the heart. If this message resonated with your spirit, if you felt that confirmation deep in your soul, do not leave this moment without sealing it. Like the video to mark this day. Subscribe to the channel to stay connected to this frequency. And share this, not with everyone, but with the one person you know who is also on this journey. The one person you trust to walk this path with you. The blessing is here. Do not let anyone touch it. Walk in peace, walk in silence, walk in power. Your time is now. But understand this. The moment you decide to walk in this power, the moment you make that internal agreement with the divine, the atmosphere around you will change, and not always in the way you expect. You might expect immediate peace, but often the first sign of a major breakthrough is a sudden storm. This is not a sign that you have made a wrong turn. It is a sign that you are disturbing the entropy of your old life. Physics teaches us that for an object to change its trajectory, force must be applied. The friction you feel right now, that is the evidence of your momentum. Do not let the friction stop you. It is merely the resistance of the air as you break the sound barrier of your previous limitations. Let's go deeper into the psychology of this silence, because I need you to understand that this is not just spiritual superstition, this is biological necessity. When you speak about your goals, your brain releases dopamine. It gives you a premature sense of reward, a chemical satisfaction that tricks your mind into thinking the work is already done. This is called social reality. If you tell your friend you are going to start a business and they congratulate you, your brain registers that praise as the completion of the task. You lose the hunger. You lose the drive. You have effectively spent the energy of the dream before it has even manifested in the physical realm. By keeping silent, you create a pressure cooker effect. You deny your brain the cheap dopamine hit of social validation. And what happens? That energy has nowhere to go but into action. It builds up. It becomes a burning fire in your bones. It turns into late nights, early mornings, and relentless focus. You are conserving your potential energy to convert it into kinetic energy. There is also a metaphysical law at play here, often referred to as the law of non-interference. Thoughts are energy. Intentions are energy. When you broadcast your intentions to a room full of people who are operating at a lower frequency, their doubts, their fears, and their limiting beliefs act like interference on a radio signal. Have you ever shared a bright idea with someone, and without them even saying a word, you felt the energy drain out of the idea? You felt it wither. That is because their subconscious projection of "that's impossible" or "who do you think you are" actually entangled with your vision. You are literally fighting through the psychic sludge of their mediocrity. Why would you choose to swim with weights on your ankles? I want to talk about the specific types of people you need to shield this blessing from during this critical incubation period. It is not always the obvious haters. Sometimes the most dangerous people to your destiny are the ones who love you but do not understand you. We call them the concerned dream killers. These are parents, spouses, or longtime friends who are terrified of change. They view your elevation as a threat to their safety. When you start talking about investing or moving or transforming your body, their subconscious screams, "He is leaving us behind." So they offer you realistic advice. They tell you to play it safe. They remind you of the economy, or your age, or your past failures. They are not trying to hurt you. They are trying to keep you in the box where they feel comfortable. But you have outgrown that box. You cannot fit a gallon of water into a pint-sized jar without spilling. Do not be angry with them. Love them, but do not tell them. Then there are the energy vampires. You know who they are. You can feel them when they walk into a room. They are the ones who always have a crisis. They are the ones who turn every conversation back to their own suffering. If you share your good news with a victim, they will immediately make you feel guilty for your success. They will say things like, "Must be nice," or "I wish I had that kind of luck." Listen to me closely. Guilt is a thief. If you allow someone to make you feel guilty for the favor of God on your life, you are essentially telling the universe that you do not deserve it. You are rejecting the gift. You must develop a spiritual Teflon against guilt. Your abundance does not cause their lack. Your light does not create their darkness. In fact, by shining your light, you are offering them a roadmap if they choose to look up. But you cannot drag them up the mountain. You will only exhaust yourself and fall. This brings us to a concept that is crucial for this next chapter of your life: the stewardship of the mystery. In ancient traditions, the highest truths were always kept in the inner sanctum, revealed only to initiates who had passed the tests of character. You are the high priest of your own life. Your mind is the Holy of Holies. The vision God has given you is the Ark of the Covenant. You do not parade the Ark through the marketplace for entertainment. You keep it behind the veil. This adds a layer of gravity to your presence. When people ask, "What are you working on?" and you simply smile and say, "I'm just focusing on some personal growth right now," you become an enigma. People are drawn to mystery. They will respect you more for what you do not say than for what you do say. This silence builds your authority. It signals that you are not seeking approval. It signals that you are self-sourced. Now let's address the 3 a.m. wake-up call. Many of you watching this have been waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. consistently. You look at the clock and you are wide awake. You might be frustrated thinking it's insomnia. It is not insomnia. It is an invitation. In spiritual warfare, these are known as the watch hours. The veil between the physical and spiritual realms is thinnest at this time. The world is quiet. The collective consciousness of humanity is asleep, meaning there is less static in the atmosphere. God is waking you up because He has a download for you that cannot be delivered during the noise of the day. If you wake up at 3 a.m., do not grab your phone. Do not check social media. Do not turn on the TV. That is a trap. That is the enemy trying to distract you from the appointment. Instead, go to a quiet place, sit in the dark, and listen. You don't even have to pray with words. Just say, "I am here, speak, Lord." Keep a journal by your side. The ideas, the solutions, the names that come to you in those hours are gold. They are the keys to the next level. This is where the strategy for your business, the healing for your body, and the restoration for your relationships will be given. Treat these hours as sacred. If you are tired the next day, so be it. The energy you gain from a divine encounter far outweighs the energy you get from a few extra hours of sleep. As you navigate this season of silence and elevation, you will notice your physical body changing. This is something people rarely talk about in the context of spiritual growth. You might experience sudden changes in appetite. Foods you used to love might suddenly taste heavy or artificial. You might feel a sudden aversion to alcohol or processed sugar. Do not ignore this. Your body is the hardware that must run the new software of your upgraded consciousness. If you try to run a high-frequency operating system on hardware that is clogged with toxins and inflammation, the system will crash. Your body knows what it needs to support this new level of energy. If you feel drawn to drink more water, to fast, to walk in nature, follow that urge. It is not a diet, it is an energetic alignment. You are purging the cellular memories of the old you. There is a specific trap I need to warn you about: the false summit. In mountain climbing, a false summit is a peak that looks like the top. But when you reach it, you realize there is still a massive climb ahead. In your journey, this manifests as a small win. Maybe you get a small promotion, or a small unexpected check, or a decent opportunity. The temptation is to think, "This is it, I've arrived," and then relax. You stop doing the disciplines, you stop the silence, you start celebrating. But that small win was just a test. It was a test of your capacity. If you settle for the appetizer, you will miss the main course. When a blessing comes, receive it with gratitude, but stay in your stance. Stay hungry. Tell yourself, "This is good, but I know there is more." Do not park your car on the bridge. Keep moving. Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you, and strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuzazara readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.